Top 5 Urban Legends That Still Haunt U.S. Cities. Every city has its stories. Some are written in history books. Others are whispered at midnight, passed from one trembling voice to another. Urban legends aren't just tales for children. They're echoes of fear, shaped by shadows and silence. Tonight, I'll take you through 5 of the most chilling urban legends that still haunt American cities. Stories that don't just entertain, but linger. Stories that remind us that sometimes the line between myth and reality is paper thin. 1. The Man with the Hook, Lover's Lane, across the U.S. The story begins in countless American towns, always the same setting. A quiet lover's lane, 2 young people parked beneath the trees, windows fogged, hearts racing. And then the radio crackles with news. A killer has escaped. He's armed with a hook in place of one hand. Panic stirs. The boy insists they're safe. The girl begs to leave. Finally, with a sigh, he starts the car. When they reach her house, she steps out and freezes. Hanging from the door handle is a bloody, rusted hook. For decades, this story has spread through cities from New Jersey to Texas. Parents use it to scare teenagers away from secluded places. But many whisper the same question: was it ever true? Some police reports do exist of couples claiming to be attacked by a man with a hook. No names, no arrests, just fear that somewhere out there, he still wakes.
2. The Sewer Alligators, New York City. New York has many myths, but few are as strange as this: alligators living in the sewers. The story goes that wealthy families once bought baby alligators as pets, only to flush them when they became too large. Down in the darkness, these reptiles supposedly grew, feeding on rats and waste until they became monstrous, pale, blind, nearly albino, lurking beneath the city streets. Most laugh it off as a joke, but in 1935, newspapers reported something chilling. Sewer workers claimed to have actually found alligators beneath East Harlem. Small, half-starved, but real. To this day, kids dare each other to peer into storm drains, whispering about shadows that might not be rats at all. And even if the legend is exaggerated, who really knows what survives in the miles of tunnels we never see? 3. The Black-Eyed Children, Texas and beyond. They come at night, always at night, knocking on doors, asking to be let in. The first reports came from Texas in the late 1990s. Witnesses described children, 2, sometimes 3, standing quietly on porches, their voices soft, their requests simple. Can we use your phone? Can we come inside? But there was something wrong. Their eyes, pitch black, no whites, just endless darkness. Everyone who encountered them spoke of the same feeling, overwhelming dread. One man nearly opened the door until he realized he wasn't scared of them entering. He was scared of what would happen if he said yes. The black-eyed children have been reported in cities from Oregon to Ohio. Each time they vanish before authorities arrive. No fingerprints, no trace, just endless questions.
The Vanishing Hitchhiker, Chicago. The story repeats across America, but Chicago holds the most famous version, Resurrection Mary. Since the 1930s, drivers along Archer Avenue have reported the same encounter: a young blonde woman in a pale dress thumbing a ride near Resurrection Cemetery. Polite, quiet, sometimes shivering in the cold. She gives an address, always close by, but when the driver reaches the cemetery gates, she vanishes. Gone. No sound, no trace. Some drivers even claim she leaves behind belongings, a scarf, a book, only for them to disappear days later. Local police have files full of these reports, but no explanations. Is she a ghost? A trick of tired minds? Or something else? All anyone knows is this: if you ever drive Archer Avenue at night, you might see a girl who isn't quite alive, waiting for a ride home. 5. The Bunny Man, Fairfax, Virginia. Virginia's suburbs are beautiful, tree-lined, quiet, deceptively safe. But ask locals about the Bunny Man, and they'll tell you to stay away from the bridge. The legend began in 1970 when reports surfaced of a man dressed in a white bunny suit, wielding an axe. He was spotted near the Colchester overpass, scaring teenagers, smashing car windows, even chasing people. Police investigated. Witnesses swore it was true, but no man was ever caught. Over time, the stories grew darker. Teens claimed he wasn't just a man in a costume, but something inhuman. A figure that appears every Halloween, lurking near the bridge, waiting. Today, locals call it the Bunny Man Bridge. And even though it's just concrete and steel, anyone who visits at night swears the air is different there. Heavier. Wrong. These legends are told again and again. Parents whisper them as warnings. Teenagers dare each other to test them. Skeptics laugh them off. But the truth about urban legends is this: they don't need to be real to be terrifying. Because once the story is told, it grows. And in the dark corners of every American city, there's always someone who swears they've seen the legend with their own eyes. So the next time you're alone, walking quiet streets, and you feel that sudden chill, remember, every legend begins somewhere. And maybe, just maybe,